Welcome back to the Recap Lounge.
I'm Lauren Marie, aka Access Lauren.
And I'm Ed Thoroughbred Williams at Thoroughbred Boxing.
And we are recapping episode 9 of Ready to Love, The Getaway.
The Getaway.
Part 1.
The Honeycomb Hideout.
Yes, but Ed, where have you been? What, you just take days, weeks off? I mean, what's going on, Ed?
I just had to take a moment. Mm-hmm. I had to take a moment. It's cold in the D. I had to get a little sunshine.
Okay.
A little heat.
Were you feeling some type of way after you got eliminated? Or, because that's what people was in my DMs like, where is Ed? I guess he just said, F the show. That's how I felt too.
I just needed some heat. It was cold,
I'm not mad at that.
That's it.
I saw your trip to Miami. I was a little jealous. I'm like, why didn't he invite me to this of all things?
I mean, you had to hold down the boat.
Mm-hmm. We could have definitely did the recap lounge in Miami.
They could have definitely did it in Miami.
We definitely could have.
Miami always fun. What they say, Miami tests friendships and Vegas tests relationships.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that. That makes sense. So this episode, before we get into it.
And before we get into it, shout out to my biggest fan, L. Sid.
No, you did not just do that.
All right. Now we can get into it.
Okay.
Now we can get into it.
I can't believe you just did that. Okay.
She loved the dog.
I like El Cid. I like El Cid. Okay. And before we jump right into the episode, let's start with the lightweight best dress.
Best dress. It was tough this episode because everybody was kind of dressed down, comfy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't remember anybody.
Yeah, nobody just stood out this episode.
You know what? I do want to point out a fit that I was just when I saw it on screen, I was like, "What the hell? What the helly?" And this is the thing. You're allowed to have these moments because he's been like this the whole season. We've been like best dress.
Okay.
Bellow. There was this one confessional look where it was like, it reminded me, like the Flintstones where they have the, like, it was like a leopard print.
Like the cheetah girl?
It was, yeah, but it was like a t-shirt. It was given Miami, but I was just like, it was interesting. It was just an interesting choice because it's not like what his typical, I don't usually see him in those type of like.
So this was like the reset fit?
I think, yeah. I was like, I'm sure people are going to love it, but in my mind, it stuck out. That's just one piece of fashion that stuck out to me.
He was trying something new.
I don't think that was new.
Clean, suited, booted.
Okay.
He kind of giving you Malibu.
Most wanted.
Bellow.
Oh, Malibu. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't want to get too deep into that, but I was like, okay. All right. So episode starts with Deliberation. Mm-hmm. We're in the ladies' lounge and we're talking about our experiences from introducing the guys to our best friends.
Yep.
Right. So
wow. Episode.
That episode was crazy. That episode was crazy. So we have for everybody's top choices, Dominique and Bellow.
Yep.
Ashley, Darius, Shannon, Steve, Ashante, Steve, Donna picks Vince, and I didn't mention the top. I just mentioned the fact that I was disappointed at the fact that Vince did not make a good impression on my girlfriends. So I didn't see in that clip where I said, this is my top connection.
So who was your top connection?
At that point, I would say Steve was my top connection. Okay. So I was teetering the whole time. So remember, from the beginning, I had 4 connections. It was Ed, 4 people I was interested in. Ed, Steve, Vince, and Bellow. And after Ed left, it was fluctuating between Bellow, Steve, Vince, Bellow, Steve, Vince. I always felt like Vince is the person that I would never, ever talk to on the street. But because I'm in this experience, I get to get to know this person. And the more I get to know he has qualities of somebody that I should not overlook. That's how I felt. Steve, physically attractive and very laid back. I'm attracted to my opposite. He's chill. And then Bellow, remember, I've always had that tall African man on my list that I just wanted to check off that box. So I always had that in my head. Mm-hmm. But at this point, I don't know, what's happening. So I think I feel like Steve probably was my choice, and they didn't show that part.
I mean, that episode, Steve had a lot of connections too. He was still trying to figure out. I mean,
yeah, but we're talking about from prior at this point where we're voting off the where we're about to vote off a guy,
right? So
we don't. It's hard. It's like you don't even find out that he's got the connections he has till later on in the episode. You get what I'm saying?
What I mean, as soon as they open up in the lounge,
because I know it says Shannon picked Steve, which I was shocked about, right? Because they showed Shannon's date, and all three of them was it Devon, Darius, and Steve. Mm-hmm. I thought she left from that situation like I ain't feeling none of them. So is this my first time hearing that Steve is her top?
I don't know.
I think it was like Devon.
Maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just shocked. Like we're starting to peel back the layers that Steve has a lot going on, right?
Sure.
But at this time, I wasn't privy to that as much. You know what I mean? So,
right.
At their bottom in the deliberation, we have Ashanti picks Cardi, Ashley picks Cardi, Lauren picks Cardi,
he was on the chopping block.
Dominique picks Devon, Shannon picks Devon, and Donna picks Devon. Mm-hmm. That was tough.
I mean, I feel like the connections are getting stronger at this point. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, if it's not a strong connection, and I didn't really see where Devon fits into. I mean, actually, though, I retract that. I felt like Shannon and Devon.
I think they could have just went all the way.
Yeah, I think they could have went all the way.
All the way.
But outside of that, I really, following the show, I really didn't see at this point where Devon fits.
Yeah.
It's a strong connection for anybody.
And then they keep saying, I heard, I think Crystal XO keeps saying he needs to stick to the rivers and the lakes that he's used to. Now.
What does that mean, though?
So,
what is he used to?
I don't know, but I mean, Ashanti, when she was here, we both pointed out the fact that his ex-girlfriend was hot. She was good looking. But you can tell watching this that he feels like Dominique is out of his league, but because he's in this situation, he gonna shoot his shot and he gonna try and go for the goal. Okay,
focus, yeah.
I could tell that's what it is. But in real life, and I feel like we all leave this experience with lessons. He probably looked back and said, "Why didn't I go for what made sense for me, not just what I thought was shiny and up there that I just wanted to grab?" And this is all just me. I don't know what he really truly feels. This is me, just my perspective of it all.
Right.
So Ashley takes Cardi out on a date. Shannon takes Devon out on the date. And they give feedback from the ladies' lounge, essentially, at the end of everything. Yep. Devon gets eliminated. And they are taking these eliminations so classy.
Yeah, he took it cool. He was like, all right, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, once your number's called, the upper room, you just got to go into the light.
It's just everybody. I didn't know how like everybody's taking the feedback well. Everybody's taking the I just feel like
somebody should have been like
knocking over when
I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna do.
So I'm sure Devon is doing well now, and he's probably healed. Honestly, watching back,
he had trauma from
this. That was traumatic. We saw it in his eyes. When that meeting with the best friends with Dominique, he was shook. His heart was. He was like, "This is my baby talking to me like that in front of her best friends and the guy that I saw it." Okay.
Listen, I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay.
So yes. So fast forward. Mm-hmm. Tommy sends the group to the Ready to Love Getaway to find out what's real.
To the shack and cabin.
So the assignment is get in here, find out what's real. Now I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay.
This is my disclaimer. Thank you. This is my first time dating multiple people, right? Mm-hmm. I should have Googled it, ChatGPT'd it, something. I didn't know the rules. I don't know how to move. I don't know how to maneuver. I'm used to being a person's sun, moon, stars, everything. And if I'm not, they sure do act like it. You get what I'm saying? So this is my first time what? We're getting in a house with all the people we like all together. What am I supposed to do? Mm-hmm. So walking into it, my perspective is just I don't know. I'm going in here just trying, like Tommy said, find out what's real.
Yeah,
I didn't know we were going in here already locked in, married, kids, forever. You get what I'm saying?
But for those who had those strong connections,
we found out.
Yeah, there were people that still had these connections that still wanted to be explored.
Yeah. And my thing too is me feeling like we're all on the same playing field, because part of the rules of the show, I don't know if you guys know this, we're not supposed to see each other outside the show.
Right.
So if we're all on the same playing field, just doing phone calls, just seeing each other on the dates on the show, just talking and texting, I felt like this was the moment for us to get in here and now feel it out. Who can go past that? Who can we have more of a interaction more romantically and things like that. But when I walked in, it felt like things were already established.
But some of the people were having stronger connections off of the camera. I mean, it's obvious. So you see that.
Allegedly, right? And I'm looking and I'm like,
you see that.
How can we see? We don't see anybody outside of the cabin. You know what I mean?
You just said where you're supposed to be on the phone, build these relationships. Some people were building these relationships, on the phone. When you're on the phone, you're not on the camera.
Well, that's what I mean. If we're all doing the same thing, it just felt like because the amount of time that I spent on the phone with these guys, as much as I was invested in this process, I'm just going to say I was shocked going in and seeing what I saw. But before we get into the house, let's start with Shannon, Dominique, and Bellow riding together in the car.
Okay. I don't even know, how was the car situation set up? I
don't know if I can say, but basically there were definitely, everybody drove cars with their, I would say top connections, or connections.
But they didn't, so Vince, because Vince just appeared in the house.
I don't know. I do know, but I don't know if we can, I've seen, okay. But we can only talk about what we actually saw.
Okay.
But we did see Shannon and Dominique and Bellow riding together.
Yeah.
They looked very comfortable.
They did.
Somebody said, cause y'all know I be in these group chats. Look like they done been in them cars together before. They was too comfortable. I'm cracking up. We don't know. I don't know, but it was funny. They did look like they belonged together.
Yeah, Bellow and Dom look good in the car. They look comfortable.
Yeah, and then Shannon was in the back. She was mentioning her connections. I think she was talking about Steve saying how she don't I don't want him to have other connections. I don't know. She was saying something. So she was, you could tell she was setting it up. I'm coming in here to get my man and I'm not about to play with y'all.
At that point, this is fella's choice.
Game time.
So.
Cardi, Ashante, Steve, and I ride together. It's so crazy, this experience, because me and Ashante are cool. I don't deal with Cardi in that way, but Steve is my connection. Steve is Ashante's connection. So it's just we all in the car together, ha ha. It's just weird. You wouldn't do this in real life unless you're poly, right? So then we have it off rip. Steve lets us know. I don't know if this is the first time I heard this out his mouth or what. Steve says, I have 4 connections. Yeah. Donna, Shannon, Ashante, and Lauren. Now, remember when Shannon's friend was tripping bro, there's 6 girls left. You got 3-4 connections. That's 66%. Steve doing the same thing.
You got to figure it out. You don't want to choose wrong.
And I appreciate that part. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because in my mind, I feel like Steve and I were actually doing what we're supposed to do. Right. We didn't come in there already
Get your mind
this
up.
Person I'm about, whatever. It was, this is our moment to go ahead and explore these connections and see what sticks. So I feel like we both were on that same page, because I hadn't done anything past.
But also, too, I feel like this point you had to be a little more aggressive compared to
you did.
The previous
You
points.
did. And I think for me personally, I am an observer. I'm not used to having to assert myself and pick me, what about me? So it's it was odd. My thing is, if you do assert yourself or do all that, eventually a person's just going to do what they want to do anyway. So I'd rather see what you rather do. Where are you putting your attention? Who are you making an attempt to go talk to? So I guess that wasn't a good thing to do. If you're going on a show like this, you need to, baby, it's me, honey. So anyway, so Steve lets us know he has all these connections, which keep in mind as well, our connections with these people are our connections. We don't see any of this until we just saw the show. Like you think Steve was telling me this? Like, I have 4 people that I'm really trying to, like, people don't know what's going on until we're all watching this show together. So I'm looking at him like, 4 people? Steve, god dang, I didn't know you was going into the house with 4 people. This is news to me, you know?
I mean, Steve is a likable guy.
He's very likable, very attractive, and very smooth, okay? So it's so funny. They go to pick rooms. Shannon puts her bag in this gorgeous room. That room was gorgeous.
That was cold. Shannon's just like, you saw my bag. And I was like, yeah. I did.
It was giving a little Bad Girls Club, a little Housewives of Atlanta.
You snooze, you lose, I guess.
Yeah, but that's not this type of show. We're grown, we're mature. No, it's not. It's not this type of show. I thought that was very. I mean, does it make sense, Shannon, to have the huge room with the balcony, the dining room, the gorgeous shower, stand-up tubs?
Everybody got
Let me
just
explain
as much.
why.
Okay.
Because just like she described, y'all gonna be sleeping in here. She mentioned y'all. Now, this is a great suite for a honeymoon. Like, if it's a man and a woman sleeping in here, this actually is perfect. Shannon, maybe you should give it
anybody could have. I mean, if
there were other rooms that was good for a single person.
If Shannon got that room, that could have been the turning point to where Steve was like, damn, you know what?
You think
you know
Steve would have been like, this room is just...
Rooms may change a lot of decisions.
That's insane to say.
Telling you. You know, back in the day...
Don't listen. But it could have been a difference. You know why? Because
that whole era of high school when you was getting rooms.
Okay, but we're not in high school anymore.
I'm just saying,
you get excited over a room is insane.
Don't get in a room. Like, you got a room.
But here's the thing.
Come on, y'all from the D. Y'all
it could have made a difference because Vince and Steve was sharing a room with 2 different beds, and that was crazy. So maybe he might have been like, I want to sleep with Shannon's room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that wasn't cute the way that went down. And then Steve, and so now we know one lady is going home tomorrow. So 2 days at the Getaway, we're on day 1. We all head outside. We're having fun playing cornhole. I thought that was so funny. And Dominique's like, cornhole.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's my guy.
But it was fun. We all had a moment to actually like enjoy each other. It was lightweight, cool, talking to everybody. Fast forward, Shannon and Darius sit down and have a conversation. Now, at this point, Darius was and maybe is still a connection for her, but the conversation went left.
I mean, based on the show, it doesn't look like it's a connection.
After this conversation, I feel like it's deaded.
Yeah.
Like, because when she's talking to him and he's like, yeah, you know, my ex is a entertainer, and she's like, you know, what's that? An adult entertainer? What's that? Do you really believe she didn't know what an adult entertainer was?
I'm going to say, based on only being able to imply content on what was shown, no, she didn't. she didn't know.
She does give me this really sweet, innocent, but I feel like people like that, because I have friends like that, they have a whole different side. Like I said, they have a pole in their room. Like, you would never know, like, girl, I'm a freak, but I'm sweet and cute on the outside. But so I was shocked that she didn't know what an adult entertainer was. So when Darius is like, yeah, a stripper. I dated a stripper.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God. Like,
she was like,
I'm not going to be doing anything like that. And in my mind, I'm like, that's funny and cute, but do you think Darius would want you to be a stripper? Like,
for him?
Anyway.
Yeah. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. Behind closed doors, these sweet girls are freaks. Okay, so I don't think that was going to be an issue, but it's just like, it's overly like, I don't know. This is just me watching as a viewer. I'm just like, come on. But I will say I can understand her perspective as far as, have you ever seen an ex of somebody you like and it just turned you off? Like, oh my God, that's who you was with? And then not physically. It could be the person's reputation. It could be, I think
physical got something to do with it. Like,
that can, but I mean, just like, have you, like, if I was like a super dirtball person and then I used to date you and a girl meets you, she's all in love with you, then she finds out, oh my God, you used to date Lauren? It's like, sometimes that does affect your...
It does.
So when I get what she's saying, like, you dated a stripper? Like, dang, that's making me look at you side. Like, what are you attracted to? What made you want to be involved in that situation?
He could have been in a place where he was, helping her change her life. He said it.
And
he said it.
And because I feel like Shannon is in a different space in the world, a different Detroit than I am. Strippers are people. I know. I love. Yeah. I have stripper friends.
You do?
Yes. I have friends all over the world. You know, when Big Sean said seen courtrooms and court sides, ain't too many seen both sides. I'm like, they're people. I know people that strip their way through college. I know people that exotic dance their way into $1 million homes that they own now, businesses that now they're lending people money. Like, it's a lot of smart exotic dancers that know what they're doing. But you got the flip side. You got the, I don't want to say crackhead. You got the drug addicts, you got the pimps, you got the, but not all of them are the same. Let's just be clear.
Strippers are created equally.
No, they're all different. They're all independent contractors. They're all business people. Just like somebody does good business, somebody does bad business. Just because they're labeled a stripper does not make them a bad person.
Do they share trade secrets? Like, have you learned to make your booty clap?
I'm pretty sure. I would, or maybe they want to keep the secrets to themselves. I don't know. But I love taking pole classes at is it Vixen Fitness? And they teach you all of that good stuff, climb all the way to the top. All I'm saying is I understand where she's going with, you used to date a stripper, but at the same time, like, let's not act like a lot of these strippers are not more successful than a lot of these people with the regular 9 to 5, because they know how to get money and they know how to flip money and they know how to, you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. I'm just saying, let's not
rub it down.
I'm sorry, but all right, I digress. So Shannon, after that, she looking like hell.
Yeah,
no, it's a no on Darius. Darius is giving, I got a big heart. I thought I could change her. Mm-hmm. Like, he loved molding and shaping people. But anyways, so Steve, Slickster Steve, Mac Zaddy Steve, he pulls Donna to the side. You looking good. I love your outfit, them boots.
He look. So he came into the situation knowing that he had these alternate connections.
Alternates.
And he like, all right, it's getting close. I need to really dial in. Mm-hmm. And he see Donna. He like, all right, let me tap into it a little more. Mm-hmm. And then Shannon just like, look.
Shannon was on a mission since she was in the car. Like, I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, she like, I want to see, is it a flame?
Lord. And then there's so much I wish I could talk about that happened behind the scenes, but I can't. Mm-hmm. It's insane. It's insane, y'all. Like, it's crazy. But what we saw is what we saw. But I did see they pull everybody to the couch. And it was funny. Donna's like, ooh, this couch is kind of crowded. It's a lot of people on this couch. It was 3, but it was funny.
And what happened though, it was so messed up because what Shannon did actually helped Vince.
I know. And Vince saw the opportunity, like, can I cut in?
As he should have.
But it was funny because, like, she did get her way. She throw them legs up on Steve. Steve sitting like, and then, they're talking. And then Vince and Donna end up having a good conversation. So up until this point, keep in mind, all we know is what we're talking about with these people individually, right? And now we see conversations they're having with other people. From my understanding, dealing with Vince is he don't need no kids. He don't. He's good either way.
Either way.
Yep. And that's fine, right? But then when he's with Donna, it's like, yeah, team kids, I could do that. But
I think he's still saying either way.
He is still saying either way. But it's kind of like when Steve was like totally fine with me having 3 kids and he still wants another one. Right. And then Donna mentions like, I don't know if they showed that in the episode, how like me and Steve wanted had the same understanding that we would bond over having our first kids together. It's like, just,
I mean, but certain people bring a certain side out of you.
I can agree. So I do like the conversation Vince and Donna are having right now because it's like, I think he's wrapping his mind more around, I'm about to have another kid.
I mean, being with Donna, you're going to have to.
You got to.
She
3 months.
She already stated.
And then like when he met her friends and they were like, you want kids? I could tell that his answer wasn't like, yes, I absolutely want kids. But I think the main thing we need to take away from that is he may not have that on his bucket list, like I need a kid, but for the person he wants to be with, he is open to having and raising a child. And I like the part that he mentioned where he's like, yes, I would be just as excited and involved, just like my other kids. Yeah. So, Do you, I don't know, you had your children with the wife, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you feel like you would be just as involved, excited as...
Yeah, for sure. I want another kid.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You want another kid, Ed?
I do.
Okay. So, I don't know. I purposely had all my kids with the same person so that I didn't have to have those. Like, I don't know how, I'm trying to picture myself with another child and how would I feel like, there's nothing like your firstborn. There's nothing like your children. Each experience is.
I feel like, and I felt that way, my firstborn, like, dang, I could never love another person.
And then another one came.
Yeah, and then another one came. So now I know.
You have enough love. As a parent,
love. Yeah.
You have enough love. And honestly, and each kid is different. And they all have their things. Like, not one is the same. Yep. It's like, oh, wow, now look at you. So I guess it would just be... Yeah. And then for me, like I said, I have 3 kids, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I procreated. I was fruitful and multiplied. So I don't need to do it again unless my husband absolutely needed 1 child, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like when you think about all the love it takes to have 3 children, to try to divide that now by another one and a man, which is like your 5th, 4th kid, it's a lot to go around on top of business and work and all the fabulous things you do. Though. Yeah, if you want to do. I'm already spread like, ooh. Yeah.
You have enough love, Lauren.
So much love. They said if you need to know what love is, God will give you a boy. He gave me 3.
See?
And people wonder, how was I single for so long? Because y'all, this is more pure than any other kind of nigga trying to make me get wrinkles and cry my eyes out. Anyway, so back to what we're at. Bellow and I have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And
dialing in.
No, we're not dialing in. And a lot of people are smart. I told y'all I'm in these chats. And when somebody gonna comment like, Lauren in all these chats, girls, you mad? Yes, I'm in the chat. First and foremost, like, I know this age range. We 30 to 50-year-olds in our group. Mm-hmm. I'm a social media person. I'm a creator. I've been on social media. I've been on the first Facebook where you had to invite people. I'm one of the first people on Instagram. Listen, I'm a social media person as opposed to these other people in this group, okay? So yes, I'm in the chats when I want to be. Is you mad? So Bellow and I have a conversation, and I brought up the fact that I was in the chat because a couple of people caught on to this, right? After it got back to me that Bellow was putting his things, or somebody put his things in Dominique's room, mm-hmm. I had to, in my mind, reiterate. I said, I don't know if Bellow remembers my rules since the beginning, because like I said, scenes were cut. There's a lot of conversations you guys don't hear. Like, I'm not a delusional person. Like, Bellow and I had a connection that was consistent, and he told me a lot of things. I told him a lot of things. I thought we were on the same page. We're talking about up into this episode, right? And part of what I said to him is, do not kiss nobody. Do not sleep with nobody, sex with nobody, and that is a deal breaker for me. You can do those things, but if you choose to do those things, understand that I will no longer be interested in you. That was my boundary, okay? So going into this house, and
he had already kissed somebody.
How would I know that until I see the show?
Oh, yeah.
So going into this house, when I heard his bags were placed in Dominique's room, and I could give you that conversation, how that went, but I think that would be doing too much because that conversation wasn't aired. And I think that would kind of ruffle some feathers. But I had to reiterate to him because my thought was, okay, let me make sure Bella understand what I mean when I say don't kiss with nobody, don't sleep with nobody, don't.
Oh, he understood.
And so, exactly. And I figured that out once we got to this conversation that aired, Bellow and I, and it was a total gaslighting conversation, right? Because in my mind, if you're not with somebody, like you're my man, I can't tell you what to do. You know what I mean? You can only do what you're going to do. So my question to Bellow in that conversation was, I just want to be clear. Are we still a connection? Like, are we still on the same page? Yeah. But you gotta do you know? And you gotta, it's like you playing chess right now. What did he say? His with the Flintstone shirt on, talk about Lauren's playing chess. She's too calculated and all this stuff. Total gaslighting. Literally, I have 3 connections. I'm trying to make sure that we're all, are we going somewhere with this? Because like I said, this situation, like I said, I'm put in a situation where I'm taking this real serious. I'm really trying to figure it out, but I'm also not about to be sitting here. I get it. This is a competition, but I'm really not about to be competing with you.
At the end of the day, it is a competition.
Okay. Well, in that case, it's like, fuck off. That's how I feel. Like, after all the conversations we've had off screen, now we get in a space where you need to show what's up, what's going on. And you telling me I'm playing it safe and I need to show why. That doesn't make any sense to me.
He's like, step up. You got some competition here.
I'm not stepping up. Shit. Can I cuss on this?
You can cuss on here.
Maybe we can bleep it out for you too, but like, I'm not like I said, in my real life, I've never in my life had to fight. I'm just saying I'm still a real person in this situation.
Yes, you are.
It's no way in hell and ever on this earth, Lauren is about to be sitting up here fucking, let me show you, Bellow, look what I can do. Come give me a kiss. Like, what, no. If all he had to say up until this point is, me and Dominique, we're getting married.
He like, look, this is a competition still, like, and it shows it's on both sides.
And then I also saw people like, oh, she's just trying to stay on the show. Like, I swear, and no shade to this show because I appreciate the platform, but like, this is not like one of those, like I said, Housewives of Atlanta, basketball wise. You about to be famous. You about to be a household name. This is a show that people are supposed to be.
What you mean you ain't about to be famous?
I didn't see this show as an opportunity.
If you on the show, you made it. First of all.
Okay. Like I said, I love the show is great. But there's different like levels of exposure that different shows have. I did not think I was coming on ready to love and then the president was gonna be flying me in to have lunch. I'm saying I came on here because the things that I have been doing in the past have not worked. I say this episode frustrated me. I'm saying that talking to Bellow, him telling me, don't play it safe is insane. I'm going to play you the same way you playing me. Why would I be doing the most for you and you're doing nothing for me?
Because Bellow's basically telling you that the men has just as much power as the women. Like,
this is a conversation between me and Bellow about our connection. Are we still a thing? Because from what I'm hearing, you got something going on over here that's doing too much for me. Yeah, so let me know what it is so I can go this way if that's what you're choosing to do.
He's not just coming out saying like, okay, this is what I'm choosing to do because he wants to make it to the end.
That's my point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people are trying to portray certain people as they playing the games they want to be here, but let's be real about who's really playing the game because they really want to be here. Because at the point where you knew what you wanted to do, instead of being honest and saying, look, I've chosen, this is what I want. Or because it looks like
at the end, he can't make the decision.
No, but you do know who you've honed in on and who you're not interested in. His actions for me are giving Lauren, I'm just not that into you. Say that. Instead of having these phone conversations and doing all of the funky two-step, say it. I'm not sitting here in Cardi's face like, Cardi just... It's no way in hell I'm going to deal with Cardi.
Why?
Don't play with me because that's not the point. The point is I'm not about
somebody
to be...
in the groups, you said you're in all the groups. I'm sure somebody in the group was like, why? I mean, y'all.
No, my point is, why would I sit here and play with you knowing that we're never going to go anywhere?
I get that. But
why wasn't I in Devon's face? Like, Devon, if I want to stay on the game, Devon would have been on my team. Cardi would have been on my team. You think I don't know who to go for if I'm doing this to stay on the show? Like, I'm not about to play with these people's feelings to be on another episode of the show is all I'm saying. So Bellow, if you wasn't feeling me on that, I'm not being strategic. Okay. I picked who I wanted, and I'm going for it in my way. So you
have an issue with those who are?
I have an issue with people playing with my feelings. I have an issue with if you felt like Lauren is just, I'm not that into her, let me know. Don't use me as a number to try to stay on the show. That's all I'm saying. You can do.
There was still interest though. Like did you ask him how much interest does someone have more?
No.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So there was still an ounce of interest.
An ounce is not enough for me. An ounce of interest and don't play with me.
No, I'm not saying it's enough. So what I'm saying is there's still some. I'm not saying it's whatever the amount is. is enough for you to be like,
you playing around with me. So what we gonna do is move past me and Bellow's conversation. Just know I felt gaslit in that conversation. The same energy that he has on the phone, you know, when we're outside or whatever, was not the energy that I felt in that conversation. It gave, just keep it cool, stay comfortable, do you, yeah, we still good. That's not enough for me. Okay. So fast forward, we got Cardi and Ashley on the hoverboard.
On the hoverboard. Okay.
And what was funny to me is she was like, you know, I want to see if he can go deeper. And then he pulled out a hoverboard.
He's showing you.
In my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I hope I'm not crazy. That was fun, but is that deeper?
It can
to play around on a hoverboard?
Because that's who he is and what he likes.
Okay.
You know?
He cuffed that booty.
He definitely
the body was
booty.
bodying.
He definitely.
And I was like, and then he's talking about it was a mistake. That did not look like no mistake. Did you say cupcake? But it was cute nonetheless. It was a cute interaction. Yeah. I thought they were building a connection till the next scene, but I thought they did some bonding, right? So Dominique and Bellow end up outside around the fireplace. Now, as normal as we've been watching, their chemistry is there. It's like y'all, like to me, I always be like, they're married. They're married.
The Dom and Bellow show at this time.
It's the Dom and Bellow show. And it's like, oh, you know, and he's like, yeah, like he's just you know, it's there. The chemistry is there. Sure. So they did show that scene. Then we have a moment where we're all at dinner and gosh, it just went kind of crazy. So Cardi ends up, and I love how they edit stuff because Cardi's been doing this the whole time. He always have these deep conversations that's really not that deep, but okay. So he ends up saying some stuff that all of us was like, what?
Right.
Which way did he go? He was going over here with it, then went, and then he said, I'm so deep I could swim or something like that. When I say Cardi, shout out to Cardi because that was like the best scene in the show. I watched it 3 times. It was so freaking funny. But the faces that everybody was making was, I think they stole the show. It was like,
they got tired of the symbolisms and
Donna said something about the metaphors. He said, I am a metaphor. I was like,
the bars.
That guy, maybe it is deeper than I know because it was going on for my head and I couldn't understand like what's he talking about. But I noticed that because somebody made a comment about this on a couple videos. They're like, I think Vince likes to argue with women, but I haven't seen him argue with a man. And I remember when he kind of cut in with Cardi and said something like, bro, you got to chill. Cardi said something back. He said, oop. Didn't say another word.
I mean, I feel Vince at that point because Vince was telling them like, at the end of the day, you have to listen to what they're saying. If we're here to choose them and they're providing feedback, you have to at least ingest some of the feedback. And he's just trying to help Cardi. And then Cardi's replies some rebuttals like, no, then he like, all right, bro, I'm just.
I wish he would do that with me.
Who?
Just, all right, cool.
Vince.
Yeah. Just like he did that with Cardi. All right. Do that to me too. That's all.
Because he can change you.
He can't. I'm a grown woman in my ways. I'm not 12. I'm not 12. Like you can't. You either compatible or you not. Then we see Ashante and Bellow. And I love this scene because up until this point, we're like from viewing it, it's giving the Dominique and Bellow show, right? But the more and more I see Bellow interacting with Ashante, I see something different in him every time. It's almost like she opens him up to just be so open and pouring out different things that we just don't see in his interaction with Dominique. Like I see the chemistry between Dominique and Bellow and it appears to be physical, but then I see, and he also says something about she's familiar. Like I put a pin in that because I'm like, noted. When he said that's something there. There's something to that. She's familiar. But then with Ashante, he's talking about I used to draw and all this stuff. And she's sitting there like, it's like, I don't know if it's the Capricorn energy because people just love to open up to Caps. Hey, shout out to Caps. And just start. But it's something, she's not even doing too much. She just sitting there and he's just like, oh, no, back in the day, I used to draw and now I do this and this and this. And I'm like, dang, I could see something blossoming here. I don't know if it's too late in the game.
It's too late.
But it does seem like if there was more time, I could totally see the connection between Ashante and Bellow blossom past this. You know how like sometimes stuff just, I feel like Dominique and Bellow have plateaued at this point, right?
I don't.
I could see Ashante and Bellow doing this though.
I mean,
they read the same books. I feel
like she could definitely be or is, I don't know, one of his stronger connections.
It looks like it.
But it's just the interaction between Dom and Bellow. Like she
what is it? Spit it out.
Yeah, I can't. Like he changes around her. Like his whole attitude and energy. Like whatever.
Remember, he said she's familiar.
I mean, that could be. So I don't know what it is.
A lot of times we're attracted to the same thing that we've done over and over and over, but you see how the same thing has ended over and over and over.
Possibly.
And guess what? You're not going to learn your lesson until you learn it.
I'm not saying that's the thing or not.
That's what I got.
What I'm saying is Dom has the key to the switch. Like Bellow's chill, Bellow's Bellow, but when Dom comes around, the switch is on. Mm-hmm. Like.
Well, I see a different side of him with Ashante, and it looks new, it looks fresh, and it looks like depth to me.
Yeah, no.
These are just our opinions, guys. Sure. We're as viewers watching the show. All right, so at this point, my connections suck. Okay, I went into this house thinking I'm gonna narrow this down from these 3 to 1, and at this point, I'm like, oh my God. I've spent time with Steve so far. I've spent time with Bellow. Now, and I'm going to tell you why I'm disappointed. Vince and I had a conversation after he met my friends on the phone. It went left. Okay. So I hadn't talked to him.
On the phone went left?
Yes, because I was mad.
The conversation in person went left?
Yes, because I was mad at the way that he handled my friends.
Right. 2 lefts make a right.
Now, people are wondering, why are you mad? You should have checked your friends, and why you tripping on Vince? Because again, guys, this is edited. The date was like 2 hours long. That was not the only thing that happened. Mm-hmm. And I feel like people are like, why aren't you checking your friends? So while Vince was there to meet my friends, I was there to watch and see how Vince interacts with people. Because one of my reservations about dating Vince is, how is he going to be if I take him out the house? Is he going to represent me well? Am I going to have to be nervous? Am I going to have to
but
filter him?
How should Vince interact?
So, and I'm getting to that part. If Vince is put into a situation where he feels, and by the way, for the record, my friends were so lightweight. Like, that was actually the first thing they asked him. It was an icebreaker. And it's something I've asked thousands of people. We've joked with people about. And this is the very first time in history that it has ever resulted in a debate, something deeper. And, we are not downplaying short kings. We're not saying tall guys are good, short guys are bad. Nothing deep like that. So when they asked, how tall are you? And he said, 6'2". And they say, you sure you 6'2"? How I would have liked him to answer was, yes. Yeah. How tall are you? Something like that. Vince has been a funny guy. He's had a sense of humor this whole time. I never in a million years imagined that first interaction, that first conversation he had with my friends asking him about his height was going to end in a debate. That was the first thing that happened, and it actually went like this. There was more things that were said. There was shots taken on his end towards them, which I'm not going to go into that conversation because that's going to open up a whole can of worms. I don't feel like. And so watching him react in that way, and people are like, why you ain't jump in? I'm not jumping in because my purpose right now is to watch Vince and how he interacts with people around me. I'm around a lot of people all the time. Whoever you decide to be with, you have to make sure that you understand that person and that they're not going to embarrass you. They're not going to ruin connections, relationships that you have with different people. So I wanted to see how Vince was going to handle himself. Now, there's a few people that I know that would have finessed that situation a whole different way. And I would have been looking at him like, damn, that was sexy how he handled them.
But at the end of the day, Vince,
I was disappointed.
Vince, he had in his mind, he didn't want to finesse it. He wanted to,
No, what he had in his mind, I'm no psychotherapist, no psychologist, nothing like that. It was giving. Somebody hurt his feelings when he was little. Some girl about his height, because he must have had a growth spurt. He must have been short since till ninth grade or something. And then and she didn't like him. And then 12th grade came and he got tall. You know, it was something that happened, because when you go in there and instead of just thinking, oh, this is about height. Well, hold on, where you getting at? There's got to be a deeper meaning. Like, something's going on. Y'all not about to play me. Like, what? Vince, we're not here to play you. I like you. I brought you here to meet my girls. I like you. Relax.
I didn't get that.
That's what you weren't there. You also weren't there.
I watched it. What we were just talking about as viewers, what viewers takes.
You were a viewer. I was in the situation.
Right. But as a viewer, right? I'm talking about what the other people saw too. Mm-hmm. Like when the episode aired, you know, that's all the context they have.
Exactly. And my text was being there in person, the vibes, the energy. It was horrible. It was embarrassing on my end. Introducing Vince to my friends was an embarrassing situation. I thought that the way that they could have went off on some of the things he was saying, I thought they actually handled themselves pretty well. And I know that sounds crazy because y'all didn't see everything, but I'm like, they kept looking at me like, girl, what the fuck? And I'm like, sorry, Vince, what the fuck? Like, it was terrible. So that's why we're in the house at this point. And I feel like after ending our conversation on the phone, going, you know, I was not apologetic. He was not apologetic. He didn't get it. He think my friends should be apologetic. No. So fast forward, I'm in the house. So Vince, we just gonna keep walking around the house and not say anything to each other. So I'm disappointed at the fact that he didn't take the initiative, number one, to pull me to the side and say, Lauren, let's talk. What's going on? I had to pull him to the side. Vince, let's have this talk. Because what the fuck? So that was already a turn off. So you obviously don't give a shit. I do. Whatever. We sit down and talk. And again, he feels the same way. And then I feel the same way. And it's okay. Let's agree to disagree. I'm looking at him sideways. He looking at me sideways. Mm-hmm. I leave off from that conversation feeling like, you know, dang, I don't think Vince is somebody that I could feel comfortable bringing him around and nothing happening, because people play around a lot around me. I play around a lot. So if you're going to be, you can't always... It's only funny when you joke. You got to pick your battles. Meeting my friends was not the time to pick the battle. That's the time where you should have just, look, my point is to just make a good impression on Lauren's friends. I like her so much, because that's what I would have done. It's not about me trying to prove a point. I'm right every single time. I don't have that in me. I'm fine. I just feel like insecurity is very loud. I'm not insecure at all. I don't need to be the loudest in the room. I don't need to prove a point. I'm good. So
I don't think that was showing insecurity though.
I respect your opinion.
Yeah,
I respect your opinion 100%.
Right, and I mean that's the premise of the show, right?
Yeah,
we
for sure. I mean, there's people that's in them chats. Lauren messed up a good man. Her friends messed up a good man.
Yeah, Savannah.
Okay. So anyway, at this point, the men cook a great breakfast.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, Darius was throwing down. I couldn't believe Darius cooked a salmon. He had a seafood bake or something like that. And then
so that was new. That wasn't a reheat from the
That wasn't no reheat. They was in the kitchen. Yeah, when I tell you, I almost added Darius as a connection after watching him cook.
Okay.
Because cooking is a love language. When I saw Darius cooking, I was like, and the way he was seasoning and the other guys was cooking, it was great. Okay. I just stood to the side and watched what they could do. Okay. I'm peeping the scene right now. Okay. They cooked and now they get to the table talking about, so where'd everybody sleep? Messy. Hey. Messy. That's all I'm going to say about it.
But did you see how the camera honed in on Bellow? And he took that big gulp of juice.
And it's funny because even the dinner before, the night before, when they were like, Lauren, you know, what'd you learn? I said, I learned to just not judge a book by its cover. Like, don't just look at, you know, and they zoomed in on Bellow's face. And I'm like, yeah, because like going into this, you look at people, oh, he's attractive. Oh, I want to get to know him. Like, no, don't look for the attraction. Look for character. That's what I was getting at.
So where did you sleep?
It's so funny because I slept.
It's crazy.
In my bed.
Yeah. Where was your
Donna
bed?
and I shared a room.
Oh,
I slept in my bed.
You too?
There was no guys sleeping in my room at all.
Well,
at all.
That's what we were wondering.
And then we can talk more about the getaway after part 2 because I don't know what they're going to show on the next one. So I don't want to get too into it. But I slept alone, guys. I did not come in there to seal the deal like in that way. So now Tommy comes in and he basically lets us know, hey, y'all, it's time to deliberate. Somebody's going home.
A woman is on the block.
A woman is on the chopping block. And obviously you can see from, because I'm in the chat too, which one, the Facebook group with all the people, and they already, Shannon and Lauren got to go home. Send Lauren home. Send Shannon home. Y'all are so brutal, but whatevs. But they did show the previews, and obviously the only 2 people from the preview for the next episode, me and Shannon, aren't there. So I guess we'll have to stay tuned, find out who got eliminated. But from my understanding, they're like, some people were saying like, oh, Shannon, Steve was uncomfortable. You could tell like when she jumped in his bed and then.
I mean, you didn't see the connection.
Yeah.
Like even from when she jumped in his bed or when she hopped on the couch, like.
Mm-hmm. But again, there's other things that they've done. There's stuff that we talk about in the lounge too, where it's like, okay, like they don't show all that. So I'm sure, I mean, she's not doing that just because, oh, let me just do it. So, I mean, it might not look, but maybe there is a connection and he's just, I don't know, playing it cool. And then on my end, could be me because none of my connections, none of them acting right, it seemed like right now. And I'm just out here floating around.
You gotta step up. You gotta step up.
Listen, don't play with me. Do not play with me. I'm not stepping up shit. And I get it. I did not I've never been in a competition before where we got to compete for a man. And again, if we were, I didn't know. Because if I'm dealing with somebody, I don't know that you got other people the way you act towards me, the way you treat me, the attention I get, So this is the first time I'm like, I got to ask people a question. Do you like me? Yes or no? Like, are we a thing? It's just crazy. I'm so invested in this experience. So I'm really fighting in my mind for these people to figure out what are we doing. I'm not fighting to get them. Hell no. I'm not. Do you. If that's what you want to do, but just make it clear to me. Don't play with me. Is all I'm saying, okay? And then Vince, the ups and downs is so crazy. The roller coaster, I'm about to throw up. My stomach is just like, ugh. And then Steve, 4 connections in the house.
In the house.
We'll see what happens next time. So this has been a really fun episode. Did we miss anything?
We didn't miss anything. We sort of dialed all in. We didn't really talk about, they didn't really show much of Ashley and Darius' connection this episode.
Maybe they'll do.
Maybe we'll see what happens on part 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, this episode basically, listen, they're in the house. Mm-hmm. People are dialing more into stronger connections.
Yeah.
Some people are feeling blindsided. Some people are feeling like they need to step it up because they know that, their connection or connections aren't as strong as it could be in the time the clock is ticking.
Moral of the story, ladies, you better compete and step it up and show these men.
You better go get that man.
And don't let your friends ruin it for you with a good man.
That's y'all problem, y'all
you
friends.
Listening to y'all friends.
Y'all let y'all little friends
run away a good man. Please. Off. Seriously. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you better ask El Cid.
Stop. And then, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you comment below. Who do you think is going home this next week? Which lady do you think is going home?
Well, which guy, too? because Tommy always may switch it up so y'all can get ahead of the curve.
Okay. And then make sure.
And also, we're going to try something new. We're going to start kind of, since, Lauren be in the chats. I don't be in the chats. That ain't my thing.
I'm about to get out of chats. It's kind of getting kind of boring.
We're going to kind of start adding comments. I hear y'all in the chat. Y'all loud. Y'all voicing y'all opinions, y'all thoughts. So we're going to kind of start bringing some of that to the table.
Yes. So some of the best comments we're going to be featuring next week for what? We're going to go comments for about 10 minutes and just addressing some of the comments. Yeah. I think that is going to be fun. Thanks for reminding me of that. And do me a favor. Make sure you guys like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Follow me on at Access Lauren on IG and all my other social media. And I didn't know Twitter was popping like that still. So I've been seeing y'all Twitters too. X. Yeah. And then where can they follow you? At
Thoroughbred Boxing on Instagram. And, you know, that'll just take you the rest of the way.
Yeah. And then also you can follow at The Recap Lounge on IG for all the cool little clips that we do. So thanks again. Comment below. Who do you think's going home next week? And we will see you on the next episode of The Recap Lounge.